We've come here to tell the United Nations that the land they mortgaged to Cameroon will be recaptured by the brilliant people of Ambazonia.
Right. Yes.
That the complicity they had with the United Kingdom will be dampened. That your spirit, the indomitable spirit that has led you from your homes right here to this plaza, will not be extinguished by the banality of evil installed in our homeland. That the spirit that has awakened from the dusty street of Mutengene to the alleys of Bamenda will not be squashed by the brutality of Cameroon, the complicity of the United Nations, and the utter silence of the United Kingdom. For the blood of our people spilled for those who've gone before us. We stand like valiant soldiers to lay our lives to ensure that their blood wasn't spilled in vain. That they didn't die in vain. That the mothers who scream for their daughters, the fathers who are on shore where their kids are detained, wouldn't mourn in vain. I have come here as a soldier of the revolution. I have come here to assure you that this is just the first step to internationalize our struggle, to make the international community understand our pain, the pain of the mothers, the yearning of the fathers, and the doubts plastered on the faces of our kids. That the land, the 43 square meter land that we own, will not be mortgaged, will not be taken by any other country. That we are ready, that we will fight block by block, neighborhood by neighborhood, until the day, as the last speaker said, we will be able to install a government in Boya, a government for the Ambazonians, a government by the Ambazonians, that is going to speak for us, fight for us, make treaties for us. We are not going to allow an alien dominating power from Yaoundé to decide our future, decide the curriculum of our education, decide which language we speak in our courts. And if the lawyer said no, right from here in New York, we send a message to Yaoundé that we are ready for the gendarmes, the bee, and all the evil spirits that have been installed in our homeland. That we will give our life for a free Ambazonia. That if this country was built on the blood of people from distant places, we are ready as soldiers of the revolution to make sure that one day, just one day, we have a homeland to call our own, a place to dwell in peace, a place where we as a people can decide our destiny. You've just got started. It's a long journey. Liberation is not a walk in the park, and I want you to be ready. Do not believe soothsayers who say you are just going to have it on a platter of gold. It's going to be a hard struggle. But the footprints you leave here today will be followed by those after us. They will know we were here. They will know we fought for them. They will know we died for them. They will know we did our part. And so they will use the same rope map to be able to inhabit a free country. If that's the only thing we can give our children, let's do it for Mother Ambazonia. I want to thank your leadership. I want to thank all those who've made it possible for me to be here. Together as a people, we will fight together, go to jail together, so one day.
Good evening, welcome fellow Ambazonians. Good evening to you all, our beautiful people. Good evening to you all, our brave people. It's been a while. We've not had a chance to do a public interaction. Today is one of those days where we want to hear from you. We want to hear the questions you have, the suggestions you have. What is your level of optimism? How confident are you? What is your own assessment of the liberation struggle? What are some of your worries? Do you have any ideas? Maybe contributions to make? So today, it's about you. Today, it's about ground zero. It's a moment, a chat, an interaction with the people. Your leadership, your liberation movement wants to hear from you. First, let's start with what's happening. The Cameroon occupation government, they defeated, they rejected, they disgraced, and they humiliated Cameroon occupation government after using the middlemen, after placing leashes on some Ambazonian movements that now speaks, dine, wine, controlled, financed by the occupier. After all of that hasn't succeeded to derail the liberation struggle, Cameroon has launched a new propaganda campaign. The Cameroon government is paying its citizens, fake soldiers, to be making audios, to be writing fake communiques, and telling Camerooners and Ambazonian citizens that their participation on WhatsApp, their participation on Twitter, on LinkedIn, on Instagram, on TikTok will be monitored, will be censored by the terrorist, crumbling, failed regime. That all conversations, whether they are WhatsApp conversations, Facebook conversations, Instagram communication, LinkedIn interactions, will all be monitored. And their police will be on the streets arresting people because they will be having alerts as to who is saying what. Fellow Camerooners and Ambazonians, it's all propaganda by a crumbling, failed, rejected, dying regime. It's a backward state. Cameroon still operates like a country that's in the 14th century or maybe 10th century. It's a system that has a cave thinking system. Cameroon doesn't have the capabilities, doesn't even have the financial, the technological awareness. First of all, they can't even provide internet services to their citizens. So how can they monitor you? Their own police, gendarmes, and the bees, they don't even have the means to communicate when they are in the battlefield. The bees can't. They can't communicate with each other when they're in the battlefield. So how can they monitor you? They don't have the means. They don't have the capacity. They don't have the technological awareness, not to talk of the equipment and what it takes. It's all fake. It's all propaganda. These are all signs of desperation, of a losing, defeated enemy. Go about your businesses, go about your lives, all right? Be citizens of the world. Stand up. Continue your social media resistance. Take pictures of the garbage on the streets of Cameroon and publish them on social media. Continue to take pictures and videos of the corruption, of the torture, and post them. Continue to shame them, disgrace them, and humiliate them. This is what social media is about. The rights of the people, power of the people. This is the generation. So it's all propaganda. Don't be afraid. They don't have the means to monitor your calls. They can't even. It's an archaic system. All right. Yesterday, you've all heard what the leader said. It's so sad for people that ask you to go to take to the streets. For people that told you that they've declared restoration of independence. You ask people to go to the streets in the name of Ambazonia. You said you declared restoration of independence using the name of Ambazonia. You turn around and sell yourself back to the occupier. On the 22nd of September, based on body count, about 481 Ambazonians lost their lives in Buea alone. On the 1st of October 2017, more than 800 Ambazonians lost their lives. In one day. And you have these same people, they turn around and sell themselves to the enemy, to the occupier. Then the occupier multiplies them. And every single one of the units that were multiplied sell themselves back to the occupier for peanuts, exchanging the lives, the precious lives of our children, our brothers and sisters, our mothers, our grandparents, the dignity of our people for peanuts, without any regard for the public statement they've made and the declarations they've made for Ambazonia. It's not for me to judge. It's for you, the Ambazonian people. You have to decide what you want to do with these people. It's up to you. It's totally up to you. The evidence has been out there for far too long for all of you to see. Now you understand why they are recruiting more and more and more to speak for them on social media. They carry the flag. They call the name Ambazonia every single day. And then they turn around. They said, oh, they have given you special status. Accept it. Have they given special status to La République du Cameroon? Do they have the authority to give you special status? The people that cannot even keep a promise. Promises they've made to themselves, they can't keep it. They can't decide what's good for you and what you deserve. They can't. They can't impose it on us. How can the people you've defeated impose on you what you should accept and what is good for you? Something they don't even have. Is it 1996? A constitutional clause they made in 1996. They never implemented it. Then now they want to do magic tricks to implement it on you because you rose up. Are you going to buy that shit? You don't believe that? You don't accept that? On whose terms? not you. You should be the one to dictate the terms on them and not them dictating terms on you. They haven't recruited La République they haven't recruited Cameroonese. 97% of the population is unemployed. You didn't rise up because you want to become a council police. You didn't pick up arms to beg to go back to the same system that is occupying you. People that cannot even pay their own citizens. People have worked for years. They have no salaries. It's all bullshit. It's all garbage. It's all peanut talk. Okay? Rat ass. Narat I talk. So today, we want to hear from you. It's 2024. And we're now in the first week of March. What is your own pulse of the liberation struggle? Based on all that you've seen, based on all that is happening in Cameroon, the fact that the state is bankrupt, splintered, weak, defeated, failed, beaten in through the diplomatic circles, trashed them through Canada talks. So what else is left? Are you optimistic or pessimistic? Are you confused like the Ambazonians? What are you feeling? What are you thinking? What is your awareness? What is your own assessment? Or maybe you've been, you're still being caught up with Cameroon propaganda of normalization. We want to hear from you. So, fellow Ambazonians, today now on a day. Today na day for ground zero. Today na day for ground zero for talk. We want to hear from you. Your liberation movement. One year from you. Now, number 3 months for this year. I think we're doing now for the first week for this month for March for 2024. We want to hear from you. What will be your own assessment? You feel, you believe, or you get doubts. You be confused like the Ambazonians, them, those people, they get 2 heads. One head there for La République du Cameroon, one head there for Ambazonia. So they call them say Ambazonia. You the end what La République, they are propagandists. They can't talk. Now how you feel? What you think with all this evidence? Oh, you don't get them over the last 7 years. The thing will be very sad. The thing where I feel ashamed for our people then. Now this thing where they call our people, they say may they come off outside for the name for Ambazonia. For 2017, they call our people, they may they come out to the streets. Millions of our people then, they follow the momentum of that liberation struggle. For the revolution for that time. Where people, they answer that call. And they go for streets for proclaim Ambazonia. All were people them across the territory. Then, only for Boya, from the body count to the Douan, for 22nd September, for that night, when La République declared, sent helicopter gunships, 481 Ambazonians to be killed. And so that today, all the mass graves are there for Boya. Then Ambazonians, they go out for 1st of October. More than 800 be killed across the territory. Because the rise of Ambazonia. The same people they ask you make you go out and will be one that say be premature. Will not do these things without the capacity for defense. Now they don't talk, they don't turn sell themselves back to the same occupier where they tell you make you rise up against. They sell themselves back to the same occupier. Now that they chop with the occupier, drink with the occupier, sleep with the occupier, financed by the occupier, for disrupt the same thing where they ask you, make you rise up for, and prevent anything where go make Ambazonia move forward. They take the entire diaspora population, they twist what people their head, and frustrate what people them. Then they go surrender themselves back to the occupier for the strategy where they call and say, break in, break out. I mean, break out, break in. That means say, I the only agitate all these things what they do, I not mean them. I the only do them because I want to call the government attention, make it put me in position of power so that make me a be part of the occupation governance system. On the same people who are talking about one independence for them. And then the occupier, it take these systems, it divide, and multiply them. And every single unit of the one where they scatter them and splinter, they go back to the same occupier. Now the occupier dictates their behavior, how they communicate, and then the same occupier, it go to talk say, oh, those people they defy themselves. I start for one what people them for late of 2018. When we start to see the signs, I start to blow this whistle. I said, this thing not look like an Ambazonia agenda. It looks like the occupiers' agenda. And I start to present the evidence for the platform I be getting, the biggest social media platform for Facebook, the Southern Cameroon's leadership strategy page. When we do the analysis, I start to warn the Ambazonian people. I said the direction where these people that they take them, it's a La Republique direction and not an Ambazonian direction. I know say a lot of when I be coach me that time, when I call me all sort of names, but I be doing based on empirical evidence, scientific evidence, based on the research we I be doing. I consistently warn una for every along the way. I want to present all this evidence. 7 years later, the light of truth, it don't shine on everybody. See, everything we don't present and talk on, it don't be consistently true. Not be not only from we, international experts. The Oxford University, it report with, it do it talk the same thing. Stanford University report, it talk the same thing. World Bank report, it talk the same thing. Now, the International Crisis Group report, it don't still talk the same thing we I start for talk for June, July, August, September 2018. How you feel when you get all these revelations? How you feel when they tell you say na infighting? Whereas you know say they say not be na infighting, not just the occupier agenda. What you want to do with these people then? As the leader talking for your audio, for compromise to La République, it means say you don't accept, say you don't surrender. Compromise to La République, any person will go compromise to La République, they call and say surrendering or capitulation for Igbo talk. You don't na same, na so Igbo talk, surrender or capitulate the same. It means say you don't surrender. You take money, you put them for your pocket, and then you jack your hand for up. That's what they call them. Today, now you the Ambazonian person, now mommy picking them, papa. Today now when I talk, when I can't make a talk, feel free. When you call, talk say the call from ground zero, but please, not talk. The talk say the call from ground zero, or the call from the Atlantic states, or the call from the Savannah states. but not be specific. Not talks that they call from Bamenda, not talks that they call from Boyo, not talks that they call from here, just talks that they call from the Savannah states, that they call from the Atlantic states, or they just call from Ambazonia, or they call from Ground Zero. If you did for La Republique, talks that they call from La Republique. All right? What you think about what you don't happen for La Republique? The fact that now that they said they don't turn, they fight each other. Now La Republique get infighting. What you think about all these things? What you think about the revelation now where go don't come up for us? I can't talk. Say they say their government not you win the war, they not get the capacity, they not get the money, they are soldiers, they run the war. How all these things make you feel? What you want make it happen? Ambazonia don't defeat La Republique in terms of ending the political occupation. How you want? What you want see make it happen now? All right, the lines will be open for everybody. If you call direct call, the number there for when I from. Oh, when I get my number, yes, almost. Oh, when I get my number, because even when I sleep, when I still call. All right, if you make a direct call, you feel call for WhatsApp, yes. You feel also text your question. If you text me your question, a regular text message or a WhatsApp text message, you feel leave an audio message for me in the form of a question, your suggestion. All right. For we to be very successful, we must be very organized. There will be rules for the game. There will be rules for the program for today. Here are the rules. Number one, make your call, make it be short. The maximum time we get them now exactly 2 minutes. Anything beyond 2 minutes, we'll go cut them for day. All right, not because I be rude. We want to be more organized. We want to be more structured, and so that make people they talk, they go directly to the point. At the first thing that make your question, your suggestion, your comment, or your recommendation, or maybe your appraisal or appreciation, or maybe you want just salute the forces them. Okay, some person want to talk, and we haven't finished the rules. Hello?
Hello, spokesman.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Yeah, I am calling from the Savannah region.
All right. Right on. You have 2 minutes.
Yeah, I want to appreciate you for this wonderful programs on ACN.
All right. Go ahead, sir.
With a lot of analysis, when I watch you, we are winning La Republique and winning partly. And when I also watch the neighbor ABC, they also say we are winning La Republique very fatly. But my big challenge now is the two stations, ABC and ACN. When I see some differences on social media, it causes me a lot of pains in my heart. How can we do in order to stop this kind of things and then we face the enemy so steadily? That's my concern. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right. This one are the real correct Ambazonia. It talk for just 1 minute, 20 seconds. You not even reach 2 minutes way better. Okay, before I answer your question, before I go for your concerns, make I finish the other part of the rules. Number one rule, be brief, talk precisely, go direct to the point. You get exactly 2 minutes. Number two, be civil and be respectful. Number two, that be civil and be respectful. Even if you vex, please be very civil. Even if your heart they worry you, please be civil. And the rules and that. Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening, comrade. Go ahead. You get 2 minutes.
Yeah, I'm calling from La Republique.
All right. Right on, sir.
Yeah. My greatest worry is I want to pay my I want to pay my liberation tax since 2023, and I don't know how to do it.
Okay.
That's my greatest worry.
Okay, hold on a second. Let me just get your number down here. I'll contact you once I'm done. Once this program is over.
Thank you for the great job.
All right. I will call you after the program. I have your number, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right. All right. Also, whether I want to talk for Igbo English or you want to talk for Pidgin, if you get the right.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello, sir.
Good evening to you. How you doing?
Are you live now?
We are live, and everybody, the whole Ground Zero can hear you. We are live on satellite. We are live on
I want to contribute for this program.
Go ahead. Everybody can hear you. Go ahead. You have 2 minutes.
Okay. It is Ashu?
This is Asu, yes.
Okay, Mr. Ashu, yes. I just wanted to give us update on the highway blockage, and because there are some Tom and Dick outside there, seeing Johnson and Capo Daniel. They are going out there to give a bad view about the highway lockup.
Okay.
So they are trying to give the location of our fighters.
Yes.
That they are going to call the fighters. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
That they are going to call the fighters and let them to stop to work with them, and then try to give their location, asking their location so that they should give their location. So please try to update the Ground Zero and we are outside of Cameroon about the lockdown place of the highway.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. Very insightful. Thank you very much. Better Ambazonia, you only talk for 1 minute, 30 seconds. Thank you very much.
Okay.
All right. Good afternoon,
Hello, comrade.
Good afternoon, Comrade Chofo.
Good evening. Yeah. Since I only have 2 minutes, I'll just say quickly what a great job you're doing, and then I will pose my question, which is similar to the one of the previous gentleman. I was just wondering, given that we are trying to
We're losing connection. We can't hear you.
Cameroon, and are you getting me?
I can hear you now, please.
Yes. Okay. With the Republic in terms of trade, and therefore pivot more towards Biafra land. Can you give us an idea of the rationale for the Mbengi road closure? I know the previous speaker's question was about that as well. So, yeah, that was the main purpose of my question. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Better Ambazonia, he only talk for 1 minute, 10 seconds. All right. Number one, the first colleague the first Ambazonia we call, we talk about it watch ACN and it also watch ABC or ABS TV and for see how these two TV stations they feel reconcile. At this period of our liberation struggle, based on which all when I don't see them, it happen. The Ambazonia Governing Council, the National Liberation Movement, purely nationalistic. Until movements, their public conduct and their private conduct, it be in alignment with what they happen, the ACN and ABS or ABC TV, they no go get a point of convergence from which you see them now, a point of divergence. They now two different agendas. The Ambazonia Governing Council are the only movement we don't tell the Ambazonian people them from 2016. What did the AGovC stand for? Which the AGovC want achieve? Which the AGovC want do? It stand for the. So the AGovC not been an organization which today we can't tell you one thing, tomorrow we can't tell you another thing. Now an organization with the reason we not trust them that because it be very consistent. The reason we not like them that because it be very consistent. The reason we follow them that because it be very consistent. The reason we would succeed now will because it be very consistent. The international community, it need to trust people them. Where today they didn't have green, the next day they been a blue. When movements and organization they be inconsistent, they become a problem to the international community because they lack predictability. That international community where you want to be part of, enough it trust you. So if from the onset, that international community, if it buy you out, it corrupt you, or you leave and the occupier corrupt you, the international community immediately exit you. You lack credibility and you lack trust. You be very dangerous because you show signs of chaos and instability. Even if today they help you succeed, the systems and where you go create them, they're not going to be in a stable systems and they're not going to be durable system. Because your own institution, it not be stable, it not be predictable, it not get a sense of direction, it not get an identity, they don't know what you stand for. So convergence, it come now when people they follow a similar path. Maybe they get just a differences in strategy or in strategy or policy. But you see all them they go towards the same direction. From which the leader don't tell all now, most of these movements they go towards La République. The AGovC they push 100% for pull Ambazonians to independence. So maybe I not answer your question the way we want to answer them, but the most important thing I say, I will be honest with you. But wait till we don't tell what people them. All these signs they want to see at the appropriate time. Once things they become very clear, as they see the Ambazonia Governing Council they succeed, you will see all them. They will start to change their head them back towards Ambazonia. When I watch. Good evening, comrade. They will start to change their head them back towards Ambazonia. Watch.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, Pa. I know.
Yeah, I actually still fine. Yeah, I'm really worried about. No, fine. I'm worried about this two television stations that people are having, ABC and ACN. The ABC and ACN, ABC say no tax, ACN say pay tax. I don't understand why should you these two differences. People talk about taxes and some other people say no tax. And pay tax. I don't understand why should you these two differences.
Okay, is that the only question you have?
Yeah, and I see some sort of a yeah. It's there are two different. It's a question too. It's a question because why should some TV the other side say you pay tax, other one say you should not pay tax. Those are two different.
Okay, let me answer your question. The answer is The Ambazonia Governing Council would there for a war of liberation, right? You for ground zero, the Cameroon government, now what you use them for occupy you. The Cameroon government no use na stick and they no use na peace plans for can occupy our land. What will be get them when they call and say Southern Cameroons when they prepare them for independence and then they manipulate what big papa them. Because they not be get good advisors. When they be prepare the territory from 1954, so to can reach for 61. The only thing where they get on a mobile wing, they not be get gone. They carry a stick, baton, what's they call them? So Cameroon, from around that same time, they don't build their secret intelligence services. They build their gendarmerie. They build their police force. They build their military. Before they want come talk, say they want give them independence. Those things that we don't be put in place. So now when they come, say make the two, they come together as one. You know, one of the reasons then where the British, they take them as a consideration first. I want me to study this history and make to study how the world work out. So Cameroon, it used na force. It used the military, it used the police, it used the gendarmes, it used the army for occupy Ambazonia and take over Ambazonian institutions. So what papa them, what big papa them, what big mommy them, they not be get any other way for resist. How you go resist with hand who person will carry gun? You know if you resist. And at the trap that way Ambazonia they fall inside since 1961. So then the prices will be paid today from those errors. Granted, now that chapter don't pass. You say, but how that one is concerned with the liberation? There is a relationship. These same people, they can't tell you, say, they don't declare restoration of independence. Cameroon did it with 6, 7, 8,000 troops and tanks and armored personnel carriers, what they call an APC. They never buy you gun. The first IG come, it launched citizens levy. They go from one country to the next. They collect all sort of money from Ambazonians in millions because of the generosity of our people them and the trust of our people them. They not put you an army. They not provide you weapons. The second IG come within 3 months, where they come in, where they create their own IG of the Sako. They launch my trip for Boya. Me, Lucas Asu, I contribute. And I mobilize Ambazonians made they contribute because it be been a good thing. Based on what they tell we say they want to do the money. They tell we say they want to use all the money for arm ground zero. I mobilize, I contribute because it be been a good thing for Ambazonia. And I encourage other Ambazonians for contribute to my trip to Boya. They tell you, say they want to use that for buy guns. They buy guns, they recruit, they not train, they not buy guns, they not supply. They only use the money for the forces them way, the AGovC, the APLM, that means say the ADF soldier them under Ivo that time, the Sokadef soldier them, and the Tiger soldier them. Sako and ye the same Chris Anu, they take this money now for go bribe all those forces. So the same people them today, they can't tell you, say, make you not pay liberation tax. How then the one take and liberate you? 7 years later, the first one, it not ever create you, it not even recruit one soldier for you. They take all the money, they chop them. Now they don't go join the enemy. The second one, it take almost $2 million. By the way, $1 million if for provide 500 guns to ground zero. I repeat them for now. $1 million now equivalent, $1 million now equivalent to 500 million. Let me say if I provide $1 million, yeah, if I provide 250 guns for ground zero, if I'm not being mistaken. Imagine we put 250 assault rifles for ground zero. Just imagine we put 250 AKs or any of those powerful assault rifles on the ground zero for ground zero. Just think about it. Now, according to estimate, they say the money between 1.8 million. First of all, 1 million for put 500 sticks on the ground. Then the other 800,000 for put 400 sticks on the ground. That means that money alone, make we talk say they use only 1 million and they put 500 sticks on the ground. You know what if will happen? It will be the end of the conflict. Many thousands of lives will be saved. The number of villages where La Republic Bonam, La Republic not for FIFA Bonam. The number of our people then where they become refugees, the number not for reach that number. The number where they stay for bush, enough for reach that number. So now they take this money, they chop them. They not buy the sticks. As all when I know, not be me at the talk, now they said the talk. Then the second IG, it come out, it go join La Republic. They don't only chop you almost 2 million. They go make deal, and they take part of CDC, they give Sako. Then the government, it give 30 million francs every month for that 1 year period. After they don't collect 100 million for the CDC deal. And then they give Sako 200 acres of CDC land where they just plant fresh banga for make sure say Sako, it make them Ambazonian soldiers, they not attack CDC again. And therefore the whole of Fako fighting no day. That one don't go, that money don't lost all. They chop the first 2 million, they go make deal. They don't go join La Republique du Cameroon. They create the third IG. They not recruit one soldier. They not buy you weapons. They not equipped. They not build you a force. That one don't end for day. The fourth IG come. He not buy, he not train, he not recruit. He not provide nothing on the ground. The fifth IG come. He resigned within 3 days. So the TV channel where he talks about the reconciler, that TV channel, if they don't go join La Republique, then they speak on whose behalf? Why you think say La Republique go talk to make Ambazonia they pay tax or buy weapons? You see that place where that message come from? La Republique want make you get weapons?
But one thing I know, Mimi Mayfor, is the CDC deal. Dr. Samuel Komesako cannot say it did not exist because I took it to him. I'm going to end it there.
So, wait till you see it happen. The reason why the first IG not buy guns, not because La Republique not be one made to buy guns. The reason why the second IG not buy guns, because they occupy and no one made to make guns enter for the territory. Guns enter for the territory, the occupier go leave. So the occupier decide for form alliances. Not be na me at the talk. Stanford University research report, it talk these things. Oxford report, it talk about these things. Okay? Now, the World Bank report, it talk about these things. Now, would you get now the International Crisis Group report, it don't sort of talk the same thing. Now, what do you want me to tell you now? When you know this truth, but for some reason, the occupier don't make you believe, say not only if we talk one more, how people the way that they chop with the occupier and the one the way they be nationalists where they only stand for independence, they go talk one more. You see, Cameroon, they fight Ambazonians using Ambazonians. So that's why they tell me not pay tax. But when then they be raise money through my trip to Boya, they be tell you make you raise the money, right? It be big correct thing for support at that time. But now, 7 years later, they don't get anything for show you. They don't get anything for tell you. The only thing where they get and where it remain now a TV station. No October 1, no day you see any force for their name. The only force where Chris Ann will be the user for say it get some form of control for Ambazonia liberation struggle. Now the Red Dragons. What will happen with the Red Dragons? Who's all that guns they want to be the same? They don't go back to place where they come out. All the soldier them, they don't go back for place where they be come out. Now I know who they be. That's why they tell me not pay tax. It be up to you. Not pay the tax. Remain under La République du Cameroun. Because I know if it convince you after 7 years. If you not feel reason and think after 7 years, why did you tell me I not pay tax? When I did tax, go free this land. Since we start the liberation tax, see the kind of fight them we did for ground zero. See the kind of actions we did for ground zero. See the kind of operations we soldiers they carry on. See how the ground is hot. Why they want me to pay tax? Because now the enemy speaks through them. They don't derail you, frustrate you for all kind of way. The only thing standing at the Ambazonia Governing Council. That's the only thing that will get away remain. Everything else for this liberation struggle don't collapse, they don't crumble, they don't surrender themselves to the occupier, and now they wait make the occupier make any decision. They are going now for fight the one the way they still stand for picking them. The one the way they still stand. The Ambazonia Governing Council, the ADF and the nationalist forces who don't only keep them together on the ground. So when the occupier don't be defeated and they don't fail, they go can't recruit the people then when you trust them for do the talk for them. Concerning the road, why they block the highway? They block the highway, number one, based on the intelligence on enemy massive movement. We understand the enemy be one move a lot of troops then for send them for some specific places from Ambazonia. Number one, now for disrupt enemy activities and movement. Number two, now for intensify the economic crisis for La République du Cameroun. The country not get petrol. The cost of petrol for Cameroon don't go up very expensive for a liter of petrol or gasoline. And the petrol is supposed to come out from Nigeria, it need to pass through those highways. So if we block that highway, as we don't do them, would it increase the economic collapse of Cameroon? And then we delay all those things and the cargo the way they're supposed to go for feed the economy of Cameroon. Would it strangle and choke the Cameroon economically. So now two things they influence the decision-making process of the organization. The military intelligence for disrupt enemy activities, because we know how it will impact our population. It probably will cause the death of many Ambazonians and probably burn a lot of houses. So we get a responsibility, number one, for prevent those things from happening by disrupting those plans, saving the lives of our people and save our communities. They may not burn them down. Not that the first one that. Also, for the forces. Number two, now for cause economic hardship for Cameroon. Now for mount pressure on Cameroon. The more Cameroon suffer, and the more you force Cameroon. Okay? You put leverage for Cameroon. Okay, what strategy for collapse the economy of the state. Ambazonia must punish Cameroon for this what they declare for we. We understand, say, these things they get a lot of impact on our people. But now short-term measures for big-time success. Now short-term sacrifices collectively for punish the occupying state, mount pressure on them, so that the international community to go mount pressure on them. Because what they try to do, now for use all these people that they don't buy them. I don't need to call their names because they're not worth me calling their names. Okay? They're not worth me calling their names. But you know all of them. All the one where they tell you to make one call, they call the names of fighters. Now sellouts. Now shower them. Now political prostitutes. 2 years ago, they stand for you. Today, they speak on behalf of the enemy. So the fact that you listen for them, you get a problem. The fact that you go listen for them and then you can't complain for me, you get a problem. You get a problem. Why you want to go listen for a person who want to make you remain under occupation? Why you want to go listen for a person who don't take money for the occupier and you see talk don't change and then you can't complain for me? You get a problem. If you don't make up your mind, the moment you cross the line, you start to talk the talk of the enemy across you out. As you need to listen for these people because they intoxicate my mind. I don't listen to La République. I the only gather intelligence on La République for me for educate one. I need to listen for La République propaganda. I the only use them as educational materials. So I need to listen for Chris Anu. I need to listen for Sako. I need to listen for waiting all these sellouts. These people don't surrender, they don't capitulate, they don't go surrender themselves to La République. I don't listen to them. Why should I listen to them? May they demoralize my spirit, may they contaminate my spirit, may they intoxicate my brain, may they lower my vibration. I don't need unnecessary stress. As a leader, I need to be focused for the objective we will not give way. You know, if you listen on the devil, you know, if you listen to the devil and you want to make God help you, you must focus your energy as a Christian, okay? You focus directly on the mission, on the purpose, on the objective, on which you talk to one time. Any movement, we don't talk now that the language of the occupier, cut them out. Stop listening to any TV station. We need to educate and empower you. No one day, not day where they come for air. I can't talk until we go demoralize you. My goal now for amplify and increase your energy. Now for strengthen you. So when you go listen for something where it cause you stress, then why did you bring them for me? Not me I tell me go listen to them. Me I did listen at things where they give me hope. I did listen at things where they go uplift way. I did listen for inspirations. I listen for things where they go empower way. you must protect your mind. You must protect what you listen to, because it affect your mind. It make you either you be inspired or you be discouraged. Cut them off. Cut them off. If you know say some person they can't put poison for your coffee, why you go drink that coffee? If person you know say person don't put poison for your coffee, you go drink am. If you know say person don't put poison for your mimbo, you go drink am. The most dangerous poison when they consume am, now waiting they call and say social media. The enemy propaganda. Now poison to your mind as an Ambazonia. Cut them off. Amen. Your call come right on time. I be no say I don't finish your talk. God's grace. I be no say I don't finish your talk. You just call when I don't finish your talk. Go ahead. Hello? Hello? Would you hear you did a talk now? I hope say I don't take the time for answer all the questions we want to put them forward. Good afternoon, comrade.
Yeah, good evening, comrade.
Good evening for you. Good afternoon for you for the United States. Go ahead. You get 2 minutes.
I call from the Atlantic state.
All right.
I just want to add my voice from the clarification where we don't get on for the comrade. We call it, talk about why the two TV stations, they don't join, they don't merge together. I think say now two different people. The other TV station, they always dinner for talk against with the AGovC and the AGovC they do things from the beginning of this war. So if the person never understand them, if that person that caller never understand them with these 7 years, that means it instigate to study the revolution since for these 7 years. Things over there on the right path. There no policy, no the way AGovC don't bring them with the other TV no fight them. With the other names the way they call and they no fight them. Yeah, Fire Alliance then fight them. Guns on the ground then fight them. Or everything they always fight every policy way. AGovC bring them. But in the end they adopt them. So we just try for understand what did happen. We know who the enemy they use them. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Very short. It just talking, not be plenty. Just talk, only small. Just leave them for this. So thank you very much for being so on target and on point. At the check messages, you fit communicate for all week through. If you send me a WhatsApp message, and if you play your message, if you also text me directly. That means if you send a text message, go for what I did now for Ground Zero, and you just text your question or you text your comment, or maybe you just text your suggestion. All right. We still get 20 more minutes. I would like to take as many calls as possible. This program will schedule 1 hour, 30 minutes. And we're on right now. We'll get 20 more minutes according to the studio time. We'll get 20 more minutes. So we'd like to take as many calls as possible. Would like to take as many calls as possible. So when I already know the rules, please, we'll be very happy with the passionate engagement. Ambazonia, they be very passionate about their liberation struggle. We know see all this. All right. Good afternoon. Hello.
Good afternoon. The one and only spokesperson of Ambazonia.
Your cafe day, fine, mommy.
Yeah, place to overday. So, I get a couple of questions to ask.
Go ahead.
Actually, not a question, but a statement. If at this point in our revolution, people do not know who no wrote, then they not want liberation. We don't get to a certain point of our revolution where you get to go into people, their record, for you to understand who no wrote. And it talk boldly, assertively. There is no other leader in the Ambazonian revolution whose focus is for a free Ambazonia. From the age of 17 to now, he's not budged. His position has been the same. He never look to the left or to the right or behind. It always be focused on the liberation of Ambazonia. And every action of his history is Dr. Cho Ayaba. If by this time you don't be inside this revolution, 50 years, 8 years, 6 years, 1 year, you joined only yesterday, and you still never figure who is the leader of the Ambazonian revolution. You never figure who no wrote. I will ask you to go into archives. I don't want to talk about other leaders. We know who don't leak oil for La Republic. And I can give you details of each of those leaders, other leaders, and when they leak oil for La Republic. You can know when their talk, the change. People, they ask about TV to be merging. It's not going to happen. In this revolution, there are three things that cannot be consolidated. Number one, communication. Number two, finances. Number three, the army. If we consolidate these three things, we would already be a tool. Because the fact that we are separated in these three things, it makes it impossible for one person to sell out. We are standing. AGovC is the vanguard of the liberation of Ambazonia. Dr. Cho Ayaba Lucas is the leader of the Ambazonia liberation.
All right, Mami, we'll be talking. All man will get 2 minutes. We'll actually give you 2 minutes.
My 2 minutes don't pass.
Yes, you don't talk. You don't talk for 3 minutes. All right.
Thank you.
Summarize. Eclair.
Thank you.
All right. It no matter who call, you get 2 minutes. All right. So we want to hear from our people them as much as possible. We want to make people them for ground zero. We want to make a call. Okay. I have an issue with the phone. I cannot make a call to live. My contribution is tell Ambazonians to contact their friends and family to commit to the struggle and to supply our forces and to get Cameroon and France out of our land. When I don't hear, I talk him again. Comrade, he talks say he get a problem with his phone and he know if he make a call right now, but he want Adam for the talk for today. And I say make we tell all Ambazonians, say make you contact your friends and your family members them, make them contribute for the liberation struggle and make they put money for say make the forces they get with they need them forget France and Cameroon out of Walan. All right. So you also fit do the same thing. Some person on send me an audio. Make we see. Following you now on Facebook. My question is, why is Capo so much on rampage? Now trying to work with all whom have been AGovC enemy like Jacob Johnson. All right. We'll answer that one. Make we take this call first. Very important. All right. The person don't be connected. Good evening for you, comrade, and good evening. You got 2 minutes. Hello?
Hello, PS.
Yes, good evening, my brother.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. As I get limited time, I will be very short and very brief.
It better.
I'll get only one thing for Ambazonians. Please, Ambazonians, make we look, we get one leader where you don't go for front, you don't go for come for back. One leader we never move his step from place where they see, well, we don't even know him, and now we don't even know him. So the doctor himself, the commander-in-chief himself, Ambazonians, I beg them, may they support this man. May they leave other weaver birds them. The weaver birds. If one of those weaver birds get canas, make it can do question and answer as you do them. So that people feel confronted than for the shout the whole Facebook. Now just that. What get.
Thank you very much.
Comrade.
You want really, comrade, a man of a few words. He talked for less than 1 minute. All right. And then we don't get and then some person will ask a question from a question come up for Europe. He talks, say, following you now on Facebook. My question is, why is Capo the traitor so much more on rampage? Now he's trying to work with all whom have been AGovC enemies like Jacob Johnson. All right. And that question will come. Good evening. The caller from Ground Zero. Good evening for you.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, Pa. Go ahead. You get 2 minutes. Would hear you.
I want to talk on this issue of liberation tax.
Go ahead.
I call from Ground Zero. I want to really clarify the common man on Ground Zero about this liberation tax. Who they pay this tax, and the method of collecting the tax, the approach of collecting the tax. Now it is scared the common man because the common man will be not yet be educated on this liberation tax. We have to clarify the common man where he don't know about this liberation tax clearly. Who they supposed to pay this tax to? Then the way they take and collect the tax. Now it make very confusing, scare people and seriously. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much. Wow. Now one of the most important questions this way we don't get them for today. Now who pushed the agenda of the tax, the policy of the tax? The policy of the tax now a liberation policy. Okay, I will combine questions and then I will answer them for one time. We could take as many questions as possible. Go ahead, comrade. You record directly. I know say you not get plenty data. Go ahead, just talk. There we go. When they call so directly, you just know say for the person we asked about how the Capo the traitor or how the go rampage on Facebook. And because pressure they on them from the occupier. When you take the occupier a money, you must do what they tell you, right? You must do all those things. So when I remember I know say for social media we get very short memories. When I remember Erikato, I be tell when I say all that noise. When I remember that Erikato, Ayaba. I be tell when I say because they take money. Una remember?
Yes, hello.
Yes, comrade. Good afternoon or good evening for place where you day.
Yes, I record from ground zero, so I get one thing to contribute for the show where it happened from Batibu.
Go ahead, please. You get 2 minutes.
Yeah, so I want your support for the lock this thing where they began, the lockdown when they began, so that the Batibu come afresh how it before day, like those business already be done because the way the place will operate, it be show like say the war don't finish, maybe afresh like how it be day.
Better man, you just talk you very short. You only talk only for 40 seconds, so thank you very much. We appreciate you. All right, before another call come back, talk quick. So when I remember Eric Tato spent 3 years for one man in name. Eric Tato spent 3 years for one man in name. Dr. Cho Ayaba. 3 years. You know, understand how it go on with the new traitor? And after they don't do all those things, every day the occupier, it give them script for the kind message, for the talk for intoxicate you. The ordinary Ambazonia will still listen to those things. They don't move it from Hong Kong with green, red, yellow passport for come for Canada. Una must understand the game. Go for Cameroon embassy. Go take passport. Movie, come for Canada. Una must understand the game. Game day on. The more you win, now the more they go recruit them. When they don't fail for life, the occupier become their backup for survival. When life don't jam them, they become vulnerable for the occupier. It cannot money. Every noise that they make up on Facebook, on YouTube, now the occupier, it be dictated from Atanganji's office and the Prime Minister's office. Now then they dictate on a daily basis what will be your assignment. You must work for the money. All right? Eric Tato be the work for the money. Ayaba. You must work for that money every day. Made it stop for call AGovC their name for 1 week. You go tell me if they go exist again. That's why they not fit talk anything. They not fit come out. They not fit make an outing. Where they not call the AGovC name. They not call Dr. Ayaba and they not call ADF the name. There's no outing. Because now the only thing left. Why they need to call all the other people their names? You tell me. Anyway, I get one of a conversation with one of our pardon. What did he tell? We say, why would you ever worry about this thing? He said, Mr. Spokesman, if he ask you a question, you don't ever see, he say, the 3 way people did overshoot stone day. Now because it bear fruits. Or we will grow, we will go primary school, maybe some secondary school. Any compound we get mango. We must take, you get like 5, 6 stones them. 6 stones that they shoot them from different corner. For make cut mango, make knock mango or orange, make it fall. Or plum. You run, go pick them and then you go use school. Or when you come back to school, or maybe after school, or maybe for night. It's the 3 way people that they overshoot stone day. Now because of the 3 way they bear fruit. That's so part we. The reason why from morning till night, AGovC, ADF, Dr. Ayaba, ASU, this, now because of the work we do for the Ambazonian people. Them. We'll be incorruptible. You know, if we buy we, will be uncompromising. All the diplomats when they meet with them, all man, when we meet up, they just know policy position, they know what they meet up. They need to talk any other thing other than what will come there. We need to talk or three head them. So all these things that the work of the occupier. So shake no day. The leader don't talk one thing. There is no compromise with La Republic. They must go. Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Good evening.
Yeah, evening. Yes. I want to ask whether evening. I want to ask the Cho Ayaba. Yes. Column. I want to know say when we work for one place, why we not be for one place, then talk what way. If you say we not for one place, talk what way. When I fight one thing where give or go. What he when I fight two places now, why when I fight two places?
I know no man no hear what you talk, and no man no understand what you talk, because it is like you say use yourself. Clear your head and then you talk what you talk. Make we hear. All right. Because of the level of interest where people they get them. Welcome back, our sister. You get another 2 minutes.
Thank you, comrade. Why that brother they try for? Thank you. Why that brother they try for a clear your head? I want to talk about this traitor. Names shall not be named because his names are not even worthy to be called. The strategy, the reason they say when the gods want to kill you, they first of all make you mad. You see how that traitor they run like chicken with on cutting neck. Now because La Republic will fire for a butt for deliver. The lie La Republic say the leader for Ambazonia. If he deliver Ambazonia in 2 days, and then he don't realize it, he not fit deliver. La Republic don't hold it for a neck. That money where he don't chop up, they don't tie it for a neck. Now why did he run around, run on the street like a madman? But it's just a matter of time. I know La Republic because they born me inside their country. They know the play. Small time, La Republic will do it as he don't do other traitors. We leave it for La Republic. Because one thing be certain, he no fit deliver Ambazonia for La Republic. So La Republic will take care of you, like La Republic take care of all traitors. So people, the way they follow, acts, say traitor left, traitor right. When I live in a place where they La Republic will take care of it. Let's focus on paying our taxes to liberate Ambazonia. We will see results for who know roads, who continue to support, to pay our taxes. Leave traitor. That's why traitor they. La Republic will take care of it. Whether I go now for Canada or you go for Timbuktu, La Republic will take care of it.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Make we take this other call for Mami. Mami, good afternoon. Good afternoon, ma.
Hello.
Hello, ma.
Yeah. I did listen about this traitor thing and I did smile because yesterday I did watch my movie. The movie will be a person where he betray a boss. And then after they don't betray boss, they capture a boss. Then they go for the first way he tell you for be the traitor. When you approach the person the person calling, traitor, come here. We start laugh because they just call it traitor, come here. The same person way you use it, call it traitor. And then after he talked to me, he says, "You betray your boss. I can never trust you." He remove a gun, he shoot it. Once a traitor, always a traitor. We don't see this so many times for movies. I don't know whether people they watch movie that they try for understand what the movie they teach you. They try to tell you, say, you can never be trusted. Once you betray somebody, the other people will never trust you because they will always be afraid you will also betray them. So I just feel like sometimes we not even need to talk about this traitor or who not be traitor because always at the end the same person where is send you for go betray somebody will be the same person where go take you out.
No better.
Once a traitor, always a traitor.
No better way not be there for put down than the way mommy don't can put down. Thank you very much, ma. Thank you. Now on for the question where the brother asked him about based on the interest and a lot of people the way they call based on what people that get so much passion because I need to get time for can't talk on most of the time. We'll go extend this program for another 30 minutes. The person with the call for the direct call, please go ahead because more time line will cut. Go ahead, just talk what you want to talk. So the person we call for ask about now who they promote this tax policy, the liberation tax policy. All right, thank you for calling through WhatsApp then. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, I still come back to the question I asked you about taxes.
Now
we still did an analysis of other people. I want for the issue for this tax.
Your tax question where you don't ask them about one staff will answer them because of the calls and whether they come in. When I bear with we because they see all the calls where they come in based on the interest. So your question where they ask them now who did they push the tax policy? The tax policy now a national resource mobilization strategy will be launched by the Ambazonia Governing Council. It be launched by the Ambazonia Governing Council for mobilize the Ambazonian people then, for mobilize enough resources, enough money for fight and end the suffering for our people then. Now Ambazonia Governing Council National Liberation Tax Policy for the Ambazonian people then. Number 2, now who they collect the money? Now the Ambazonia Governing Council they collect the money. Now we launch them. Now we conceive the idea, we formulate them, we legalize them, and then we publish them for mobilize our people them. Just like we mobilize our people them for self-defense. Just like we mobilize our people them for economic sabotage. Just like we mobilize our people them for increase the cost of occupation. Just like we mobilize our people them for make the territory ungovernable. Just like we mobilize our people them for internationalize our struggle. At the same thing, we mobilize our people them for the tax policy. So now Ambazonia Governing Council launch them. Now Ambazonia Governing Council, they collect the money. If you dey for place where the Ambazonia Defense Forces dey there for your community, you pay the tax directly to the forces. If you be far from place where forces that they exist, and also you know one be for place where maybe you want go pay, you don't know, would you pay the taxes directly through the website? The AGovC create a website where they call and say ADLA, www.adla.africa. That's the website that for the Ambazonia Liberation Tax campaign. Also, we get mobile money number where people they use them for pay the tax. Most people they don't contact me or contact any official of the Ambazonia Governing Council. We provide you with a safe and secure money number. Once you pay that tax, you send we the transfer receipt where you don't pay that tax for that mobile money number, they send you your tax certificate with the name where you want them, whether not for yourself or for all your family members. We'll get people them for ground zero where they pay for up to 20 family members, and we send their tax receipts for all their 20 family members. The liberation tax, it don't change this war for the Ambazonian people. From October last year, when I see the kind October 1 we put down, and then when I don't see the kind fight, how the fight change on the ground. So the AGovC would deliver for the Ambazonian people. Then. God don't bless you with a leader who will never get them. An uncompromising, focused leader, a nationalist. That's why he built a force, because he studied La République. That's why he built a nationalist force with a political leadership and a command and control structure. Will be known internationally. We know why would they do the things that they do. The population must get a buy-in for their own liberation struggle, because they can't deceive all now. Say some person will come up for one man country and then they just can't give for independence. And I see what the Ukrainians they did do in terms of their sacrifice for fight before the West and their other allies them. They try to help them. So, all right. Good evening to you, Ground Zero. Hello?
Hello.
Hello, Pa. Good evening.
So Lucas, how are you?
No, Pa, I am fine. How are you doing?
Yeah. Good evening, Papa.
Good evening. Go ahead, Pa. You have 2 minutes.
I'm calling from Brazil. I'm calling from Canada.
All right. Good evening to you. And I'm very delighted talking to you this evening.
Yeah, last time, I don't know whether you come. I am talking from Newfoundland.
Okay.
We came here on a visit. I don't know whether you can cross around. We have our small money to pay. You promised coming.
I know. I was in Newfoundland, and I was there for 3 months for a work project. And I think after that I forgot that I made an appointment to visit. But I'm not too far. Let me get your number right now before you drop.
That's my number, please. Thank you.
187. All right.
Hello.
Yes, Pa.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll call you later.
My son. It's for my son. Thank you.
He's my friend. I'll call him later.
Okay, Papa. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. All right. Call for liberation tax. Newfoundland. That's my second home. Newfoundland is my second home. Good evening, Ground Zero. Hello?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I still be on this tax issue. I want to ask and say, the people of Ground Zero, they pay these taxes.
All right.
Now,
okay.
Now we not pay this tax. What you will do with it?
All right. Now, okay. You get any other question regarding this tax you need for you want to ask them, because the first one them I hope
I will come back again.
No, because we're not going to only give now you time. You don't answer the first set of questions. We don't answer them for you and for give you that clarity. You don't ask the second set of questions. Make we answer them for you. Between when they launch the tax around September, by October, the Ambazonia Governing Council, between October, November, and December, the Ambazonia Governing Council be the race. I need to give any information we know the public. The leader don't make publications for these figures. The Ambazonia Governing Council be the race 3.5 million amber every single week. Between October, November, and December, the Ambazonia Governing Council be the raise an average money of 3,500,000 CFA every week for 3 months. By the end of December, the leader can't tell when for early January, say for the first time, the Ambazonia Defense Forces get a budget for fight the war. Then from January till the end of January, will be raised almost around 1 million a week. Then as the leader can announce them for una, by the middle of February, the Ambazonia Governing Council, it be raised 5 million for that week, for middle of February. And then the money go back for 3 million to 3.5 a week. Imagine how many, the hundreds of thousands of Ambazonia the way they pay that 10,000 and that 5,000 for that money for reach that kind of amount. So Ambazonians in their hundreds of thousands, in their thousands, they pay the liberation tax. And when they see the difference in terms of battlefield operations. All right. What's it go happen if you not pay the tax? You go pay that tax when you meet up the Ambazonia Defense Forces. If you decide not to pay, the day we reach for AD of their control, you go pay that tax to that place. Good evening. Good evening, comrade.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. I know.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Good evening, my brother.
How is it?
No, we did fine. You get 2 minutes for talk.
Abi.
Comrade, did I say for pleasure you did noise over plenty? Comrade, you try for call we and begin the need leave make it call. Ambazonia begin to the one talk. Good evening, comrade.
Hello.
Hello.
Good evening, comrade.
Go ahead. Go ahead. You get 2 minutes. If you talk for Igbo or if you talk for Pidgin.
Yes. Which where they ask us, they don't put this lockdown for 1 month here. They will announce and say, if you go throughout Meme, Ekok, Bamenda. But finally, we realize this so the thing they take effect now only for between Bamenda here and Ekok. And I mean, between Bamenda going to Manfi, people are blocked here. I don't know why would I not even try to mobilize and me take place all over the place, because after everything you see now only this area for Bamenda they go through all this hardship. At least when I give for make me when the people they feel the pain, because now only people from here they get all these pains. When I try at least me not be saying now only people here for this side could get all those hardship, because you see all the mockery where they come, you need to even take place for the other side. All time, not only this side, they be victims for all the kind of situation where they happen. At least more clarify about these things a bit. It's not easy because we pay all these liberation taxes like this, but they only affect now one place. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. We thank all the calls that they come in. We thank you plenty for all our people them. We'll still get about 15 more minutes. We don't extend this program for talk for Ground Zero and for hear from Ground Zero. The comrade we don't call now about for say, okay, Ground Zero one talk. I get for free and a whole evening for make time for so that we connect with our people and for Ground Zero. Comrade, good evening. Comrade, good evening.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. You want to talk for Pidgin or you want to talk for Igbo? You want to talk for Igbo English? It be totally up to you. You get 2 minutes.
Okay, if I may talk for Pidgin for language for country people, thank you very much. I want to first of all appreciate you for the good work where you do, and I pray say may God give you more power. And I salute our president too. And some small problems today. Say we Ambazonia would like to be eager for pay our tax, but the only small problem are a receipt, and I don't also get some call. One of our member to don't call. He try to ask me clarify about the tax and the receipt how to get and too.
Okay.
No say La Republic over get plenty strict. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. Now, all right, might just answer this one very quickly. Number one, for most of now when I get my number, all when I don't pay on taxes and when I don't send me the screenshots, or for any member of the organization, when I don't get one receipts, I get a family where they pay them 30 for Ground Zero, who issue all their receipts them, we send them for them. Also, for the mass mobilization where they go on the ground through the communal institutions, who don't build them, and the networks who don't build them through the local liberation institutions who don't build them. People that they get their receipts. But if you're not there for those places, the fastest way, or when I get my number, if you never ever get my number, take my number now. Tell me, say, Mr. Spokesman, I want to pay my liberation tax for me and for my family. We will send you the means for Ground Zero or for any other part of the world where you did it, for pay your liberation tax in a very safe and secure way in your own privacy. Once you do them, you send me the names where you want to make the go for that liberation tax certificate. They do the liberation tax. I send them for you, and you send them for each of your family members. Very simple. We do for digital world, and we take advantage of make life and make things be very easy for our people then. All right. Concerning the give me one moment. Concerning the road blockade for Ground Zero for the Trans-African Highway bit from Bamenda to Mamfe, and the one from Ekok to Mamfe, and then the one from Mamfe to Bamenda, and then the one from Mamfe to Kumba. And say not only part of the road be blocked. That means say not only the road from Mamfe to Bamenda it be blocked, and the one for Ekok it be partially blocked, and then the one for Mamfe Kumba, people that they violate the blockade. Man, make me be very clear for now. Any man where you take the risk for say you want disobey the liberation laws, wait you carry on for road, it go be na your own cup of tea because na your decision. They tell you make you not go for road, you go drive for that road. Wait it go happen for you, for the driver, for the motor, and for the passengers then. Now you and yourself, now you and you alone, you go carry the blame. Because we not like for take things very easy. We not like for listen for La Republique du Cameroon propaganda. What did you go do? You go drive that road. Now you sabi. Now you sabi. Now it dey like when we talk say lockdown or we talk say ghost town. A person will violate Whatever happened to you, now you sabi. The road, it be closed for 1 month. We don't inform all the international community. The humanitarian organizations, they don't suspend all their humanitarian projects. Where they not be an emergency projects. They get for suspender. We consent certain places from Ambazonia. And we send them the report. I mean, they will send them the messages because they get for send with their activities on a weekly basis in terms of movement for guarantee security and protection. They get for all humanitarian organizations, they suspend a lot of their activities then. Because themselves they know. If anything happen for them, the Ambazonia Governing Council will take any responsibility. Whatever happens for you or happens to you, when you take the risk for disobey these liberation orders, you do assume at your own risk. Because consequences are there. As you already explained for now. Not be only forces, they not go know which motor be an enemy vehicle coming and which motor not be an enemy vehicle. Number 2, the occupier, he go shoot drivers and shoot passengers for talk say, oh, Ambazonia forces, they don't shoot drivers and passengers because they enforce. All right? You go, if you want to die, now you sabi. Based on stubbornness. Because you think say money go finish. If I not drive for 1 day, money go finish. Money no go finish. Money always there. So take the time. Drive around town. They not talk say the only road them way they be under closure. Not only Mamfe Ekog Road, Mamfe Kumba Road, Mamfe Bamenda Road. All other roads for Ambazonia they be open. The entire territory be open. Not only road they lock them. Not be general ghost town or general lockdown. Not only road them. So if you do other things then, for now, stay safe, save your life. Now all that I tell you. Any other thing will happen for you, that one are you sabi. I hope say I not forget nothing. I miss any other call? Any other thing they were not talking? I not talk me, not talk say, oh, spokesman, I be asked this kind of question, you not be answering for me. I be asked this kind of question, you not be answering for me. All right. Some person not ask, he talk say, I like the program. What is the cost of the liberation of the Ambazonia liberation tax? Number 1, the liberation tax for man picking them at 10,000 for 1 year. For woman, na 5,000. All right? 10,000 for man picking, 5,000 for woman. Thank you very much. And you fee pay for, we'll get people then we'll get some auntie get 3 picking them. Auntie, he and the man, they pay for themselves. They pay for their girl picking, where never reach 15 years old. They pay for their other boy picking, where they around 10 years old. And then they still pay for small picking where they just born in university. I ask this papa and mommy say, why would I pay for picking they just born them? They say, no, they must pay their tax. We do that for their future. All right. As soon as Sabi, all my members, my family members, every person don't pay liberation tax. Every person, my family don't pay liberation tax. All right. If you don't pay a liberation tax, me and you now, wow. All right. They will not only pay the tax on the year our forces meet them, they will do it with. All right. Some person for ground zero don't talk say a person will not pay liberation tax. You no go only pay that tax when the forces they catch you. You go pay that tax plus penalty on top. Ah. Amba. All right. For security reasons, I think the best way is to pay through you, and it's also for family and friends. Thank you very much. All right, comrade. All right, I will hear from you very soon. Thank you very much. This is the best way. I say, una pay the money through the information we will give now. All right, man, make sure say I not miss anything, and I don't miss anybody. You know, may come back with me, can't start vex for me because we'll get 5 more minutes. We would like to take 1 or 2 more calls. Ooh, the moment I just say 5 more minutes, some person just call. Hello?
Yeah, comrade.
Yes.
I just want to insist again, as me, I don't call to complain about the roadblock. Anyway, yes, I realize the people where they pay much of that liberation tax. Now, from these people where they apply this road between Bamenda and Ekok, because that's where the thing is really, really effective. At least you should have even considered them, since they are paying the tax. With all this lockdown like this, they don't have any other means, and at the end of the day, they are the one really paying it. Please, you could have considered that during weekends like that. At least you could have given those 2 days for them to maybe exercise some business situation, so that they will be able to do some to continue to pay. Because I know even this road between Bamenda and Ekok Kumba, I can tell you, I'm a victim. I'm a witness. I know what I'm saying. So I'm just trying to say, you can plead with your leadership, as you people are all there. You should consider that at least you would have given these weekends. Let them go around and see how they can fetch money so that they will support this struggle in one way or other. That's my plea.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your suggestion and your plea. Now let me make this very clear for all of us. I'm not talking for pidgin. A liberation not been a very sentimental process. I get hundreds, thousands of people then where they pay their liberation tax. Only today, so I get about 5 people who don't pay their liberation tax on Manfe through digitally, where they call, just pay. Not be through this program. We get hundreds of people then, families, for Meme, all the liberation tax that they pay them all across Ambazonia. Ambazonia, so they did for La Republique, they pay their liberation tax. Ambazonia, so they did for Nigeria, they call pay for their liberation tax. So you don't get anything to do with a specific geographic location. The policy, not a policy. They put them, not been a policy where, oh, may they do this because these people, they do this, these people, they do that. Not been at the consideration that where they put the policy. We have to understand the importance of laws. They, one the way they violate them for a cock Manfe and a cock and Manfe Kumba, we not go see what it go happen because now a policy. The forces they go monitor the activities, and the forces around those blocks, they go take action. Now, when something don't happen, they don't publish them for social media. When one driver and the passengers they don't pay the price, then you go see people they start shake. Ambazonians they like things the hard way. They like things the hard way. When they don't burn one motor, now that time people will start to shake. They talk say prevention be better than cure. Now listen. Now war this. We want freedom. We will suffer. We will pay short-term We'll go through a little bit of a hard time, and then we'll get big benefits. And I know how many billions the occupier they get for one of those highways. When they shut down that highway for one day, most of the petrol it go through Manfe, Ekok, Manfe, Bamenda for go through La Republique. We know what to do. Trust leadership. Trust leadership. Not being a punishment for our people then. And for safeguard their future. And for end the pain and the suffering and the death where the occupier don't put up for our land. Make we not take these policies, then we'll go talk, say, we want to take policies them, and then we don't want to do this for our people them, and then we'll leave them for the same punishment, for the same pain, for the same suffering. Because we want to make our people, they suffer in poverty. They suffer for this subjugation. You don't live there throughout your life. Your big papa, your papa, my papa, all we don't live there. We must sacrifice. Temporal sacrifice for long-term enjoyment, life, freedom, prosperity for everybody. As for the leadership, the only reason we create the AGovC is for stand, mobilize for people them, fight for end this pain. I remind you now, you get 750,000 Ambazonians where they stay for bush. They don't get homes. You get over 400,000 Ambazonians when are refugees where they don't be scattered across Nigeria. They sleep on floor. A lot of our girls picking them, they just survive for the streets of Nigeria. We're picking them 14, 15, 16. Some they survive through prostitution. Very sad stories. But now the realities in this. The one that they did for prison. So leadership with a responsibility for take the necessary action for end Cameroon a presence and for people to come back home with dignity. Now two things that go on. The traitors and all the one way they don't go surrender themselves to the regime. They want to make our people they come back for the same suffering way our people they escape. The AGovC, they want to make our people they come back through a negotiated settlement accepted by the Ambazonian people through the international community. It address the root causes of the conflict and it meet the aspirations, hope of the Ambazonian people them for their freedom. We no one make our people they die hopeless from generation to generation. It must change. You must stand up for something better. You must stand up for something more. It be so easy for take money for La Republique du Cameroon and become a Ambazonia. What happens after that? What will go happen after that? When I don't even think about these things then. If after I can't stand for years and years and years, ask you for do all these things and for make all these sacrifices, and one day you see me at the talking about La Republique du Cameroon, a country where they don't carry their own dirty for streets, a country where they don't carry their own shit, a country where they don't give their own people water for drink, a country where they don't even govern themselves, even when they borrow money, they don't manage them, a country where they know since their own independence, they don't get no plan for do anything for the country. This other moron we don't come after 40 years. Cameroon of it produce even paracetamol. Cameroon of it produce aspirin, Nivaquine. They don't even get water for drink, not to talk of electricity. And the one can tell you, make you go back for those conditions? Are you out of your mind? What's be wrong? You must stand for something better. That's the reason that God created you. Cameroon is a satanic state. We must teach who are picking them. Or mommy, then when they steal their life, or being mommy, then when they steal their life, they must taste this freedom. They must taste what it will be about. We owe them for them. We owe them for this picking them. See the freedom we don't taste of outside here. Why you think that they fight for? I want make what picking they live for free societies. The way we sleep be very different. The air we breathe be very different. Their skin they be naturally relaxed. You live longer. If I be there for Ambazonia, I don't die. The life expectancy for most Ambazonia, they even reach 40 years. Most people only reach 40 years. A person will live to be 55, you'll be very lucky. Poverty, diseases. You go for hospital, they never even know what they will treat you. Like the other day, mommy, they talk here. Picking a simple sore throat. They go cut something for a throat just from sore throat. Sore throat way by itself. 3-4 days, it don't go back, it don't go. Or you just take salt, you put them for water, you do throat gagging. 2 days, it don't go. Picking the get sore throat, and then they go do surgery for their throat. Pay your liberation tax. We'll get a clear policy for deliver. Now the public know what they come for them. The liberation tax, it go show La Republique what be AGovC. Wait till they come. We never even start this fight. The forces they get a budget now. Now watch out. Because wait till they come next for Cameroon. And for all these Ambazonians and all this one, they don't go surrender. For 7 years, they don't manipulate, do not deceive. Now they talk a different story. We will teach them who be Ambazonia. If La Republique like them, make it recruit all the Ambazonians for diaspora. Not be only for ground zero. Ambazonia will still be free. Consequences they will dey. Now watch. They go come, all them. Now they go kneel down for road so they beg. Una no worry. Una get a good night, more living for you. We'll talk another time. For any person you want to pay liberation tax, please, you always feel contact me at any time. We'll send you the information, and then when you pay, when you pay, they send you a receipt for you and for your family. I want to thank every person who don't make a contribution for today's program. I thank you plenty. Even if your heart be vexed, please cool down. Be very hopeful. The Ambazonia Governing Council will deliver to the Ambazonian people them, which the leader promised them. Which will start, we must complete them on behalf of our occupied people. We must do them for our papa them. We must do them for the dignity of our mommy them and for our collective survival. Cameroon not get any hope. The country don't finish. The end of Bia, it will be the end of Cameroon. The fight will go start for Cameroon. It not go easy. The Nordists, they don't start by their own gun. The Kamto people, they don't start even by their own gun. If they come, we'll not get a good night. We love you plenty. Thank you very much.
Good morning. This is Dr. Cho Ayaba. Yesterday I was supposed to make a statement, but there were just too many security issues that stopped me from doing so. I thought it was important for me to bring all of you to a certain level of understanding, and that will eventually shape the way we look at our struggle. I wrote a little piece yesterday about the issue of stalemate. Stalemate for the ordinary Ambazonians is like in a football match you call a draw. The international community says the war in Ambazonia is in a stalemate. I disagree very strongly. This is a war between David and Goliath. This is a war between a people who have been in captivity for decades against a state that receives US support, French support, British support, support from the international system, multilateral organizations. This is a war between young men who are untrained, carrying AK-47, firing at helicopters and tanks. There is no draw between David and Goliath. Each time you hear of a draw between David and Goliath, you know David is winning. You have won this war. You have won this war. You must claim that victory. It begins with a belief, a strong belief that you have forever altered in an irreversible manner the relationship between Cameroon and Ambazonia. Their arrogance in the past 60 years has melted. All those they planted in our land in the names of chiefs, the middlemen and middlewomen in the names of elite senators, we have sent them into exile. Power is now in the hands of the Ambazonian people. How you deal with this power will be up to you. But I am very clear about what we should do with this power, how we should shape this power, how we should transform this power into opportunities. Each time in a war of liberation, where the enemy moves from believing in its power, in guns, in its authority, in colonial DOs and SDOs and chiefs, and turn into propaganda, it has lost. It has lost. It has been confused about the cosmetic measures it has put in place for 60 years, that it used to destroy the Munas, the Fonchas, it used to destroy the John Frundis, the Elads, the Munzus. All those have not worked. The break-out, break-in enticement approach, where they believe that we were breaking out because we wanted an enticement to break back in, has not worked. They are faced with a reality they are not prepared for. And in every nook and cranny in which you are, take over your space and begin to implement and institute communal approaches to local governance. La République is not coming back. They can hide in armor cars. They can murder our people, murder our soldiers. But political occupation of Cameroon over Ambazonia has come to an end. Their enemy forces can hide in armor cars and barracks and set up checkpoints wearing bulletproof. We will kill them until they leave. Everybody has to know this. There will be no compromise, no middle ground until they evacuate the Ambazonian territory. Now, you must also understand the greater obstacle we face after the demise of political occupation are Ambazonian agitators and what I call the weaver birds. You must know what is going on. All through this struggle, or all through struggles of liberation, the international system and the opponent have always tried to use moderates to undermine strong nationalist position that will forever create justice. The case of South Africa is clear. We saw it in Indonesia using West Timorese to undermine East Timorese resistance. We've seen it in other countries. Ambazonia will not be different. We have watched in the past 7 years so-called Ambazonian leaders and weaver birds on social media. They have manipulated our people. They have blackmailed in the name of Cameroon. Everything they have done has been to serve Cameroon. It is not a disagreement between the nationalists and the conformists. There is no disagreement. They want to be put in a position of authority to inadvertently derail our struggle. That is what has been happening in the past 7 years. For anybody who understands parliamentary democratic rules, you will know that those who feel they are in the majority and need alliances to give them the portfolio of governance make simple compromises. We saw it in Germany between the SPD and the Green Party, where the SPD had the possibility of forming a government but need a coalition. It negotiated environmental policies, it negotiated economic policies, it negotiated structural policies, it negotiated power sharing. Joschka Fischer, I remember, long became the foreign minister, and the minister of environment came from the Green Party. Those are the kind of pragmatic compromises that people make in order to take power. In all liberation wars, you've seen that. We saw it in the Palestinian struggle. The PLO is a formation of different groups that came together to form the Palestinian Liberation Organization. The Eritrean Liberation Front is also an amalgamation of smaller groups. In Ambazonia, those who felt entitled to power could not make even the simplest of compromises. Why? Because the enemy was dictating the terms from behind. We now know for fact that John Frundi and Bandam had offered one of the IGs whopping amount of money. Bandam himself said it. I have not usually come out to confirm these things because of the nature of our struggle. John Frundi and Bandam provided large amount of money. The sole aim was to destroy the ADF because they saw the ADF as an uncompromising, a force you cannot infiltrate, a force with a visionary political organization over it. And they knew if they destroy the ADF, it will be possible for them to be power brokers with the Yaoundé government. That is the reason John Frundi and Bandam worked so hard to see if they could either infiltrate the ADF or destroy it. They used the IG of the Sakos to see how they could replace the ADF in Momo. It did not work. They tried to kill ADF forces. They could not finish them because the ADF is a spirit. We also know for fact that the Ayuk Tabe Front has also immersed itself collaborating with the Kanto factions, and we know they have also received financial support from the Kanto faction. We have details on how these things have worked. The reason why they cannot make any compromise is because the terms are being dictated by others. They know any compromise with the Ambazonia Governing Council will change them from being conformists to nationalists, and it will not serve the interests of the piper. The pipers have been the Cambazonians, the SDF, and the Kanto factions that have injected money into these formations. We know for fact the CDC injection. Those are not monies given without conditions. We know for fact that these so-called individuals and groups have now used social media activists as a platform to undermine the nationalist front. We know for fact that there is the other IG which is working very closely with John Gute. That we know for fact. They cannot want us to collaborate because their pipers do not want them to sing the nationalist song. So when you hear these attacks on our forces, when you hear this denigration, when you hear this public attempt to discredit the Ambazonian resistance, even when we have made these gains, it is because of external influence. The international community has also been part of it. We know for fact that during the Swiss process, they worked very hard to use the IGs of the SACOs to undermine the nationalists, because they believe they could use the path of the SACOs to find a compromise that keeps Cameroon as one. We know for fact that during the talks in Canada, before then even, Yaoundé tried directly to use the Ayoktabe faction also to strike deals. Their aim is to be able to use the conformists to build a sense to show that the AGovC and Ayaba are extremists. Because what they call compromise is one Cameroon. You've also heard the weaver bird that was bought over in Canada, making a lot of noise about compromise. It's capitulation. You will continue to see these things. We know the hand of the international community involved. We have the facts. In diplomatic meetings, questions have been raised that you see exactly where those questions are coming from. The strategy in the past 7 years. My apologies. You know, we are at war. Anytime the commander-in-chief can receive a call. I don't know where I ended, but this is just what I like every Ambazonian to know. Liberation wars are very complex. We call them a disruption to a state of things that have existed and perceived as normal. They are a threat to alliances that have been built, transactions that are to be made, understandings that have been agreed to. A liberation war is not changing a government. You change the government of a country, the new government is bound by treaties and rules and laws and practices of the old. You liberate a country, it's a new dynamic. That's why occupiers fight to the bitter end. And we have a very cunning occupying nation that believes more in violence and corruption It's so complex that even those involved in it can be corrupted without knowing. It requires a lot of experience. The foundation of your involvement must be based on an ideological standpoint and a national belief in your own homeland. You must be aware of baits. We have seen in this struggle how errand boys, Ambazonian traitors from Cameroon, the early Smiths that have gone round in the name of trying to bring Ambazonians together when they were doing the bidding of the enemy. We have seen those things. The greatest threat to leadership in liberation wars is access. Even in normal governance structure, that is why if somebody is a president, having access to them is made very difficult, because they can be subject to corruption, because they are humans. And the greatest threat to the Ambazonian war has been access given by these so-called leaders who have elevated themselves to kings. They have been so vulnerable. They have surrounded themselves with opportunists. We walked in Boya with people like Nick Santos, who were traitors. They betrayed students. They became part of the youth wing of the CPDM. When they joined this struggle, we informed those who recruited them. They took these traitors and put them in the highest positions. They were not careful. The other traitor that left the AGovC, when we had noticed long ago that he had the barrier around him had been breached, we watched, we observed, and when the resignation came in, there was no hesitation. And we have remained firm. And so, what Ambazonians have to understand is what I said at the beginning of this struggle. A liberation war is not chewing gum. It's not a walk in a park. It requires ultimate sacrifice from those who prosecute it. A change in lifestyle. You must not be too reactionary. You must safeguard the interests of the liberation. That means even if I find an Ambazonian prosecuting a particular strategy that I disagree with the scope, but I know it's going to negatively impact the enemy and does not undermine the cohesion, I am going to shut up. If I do not understand the depth of why people act in a particular way, I have no reason to go on social media. Discipline is required in a liberation war. Because talkativeness, ranting every day, even in good faith, you do the bidding for the enemy. I will not compromise. I just want to make every Ambazonian listening to me to know. I will not make any. If you are expecting that you can shout my name 100 years, I will not compromise. I'm a veteran against Yaoundé. Yaoundé does not compromise even on GCE board, how Ambazonian universities, whether teachers talk about reforming our educational system, whether lawyers talk about what they want in our court, Yaoundé does not compromise. I will not make any compromise with Yaoundé as far as the sovereignty, territorial integrity, and independence of Ambazonia is concerned. It is a fight to my death. If you people all want to compromise, I will die in exile. For me, it is a fight to the death. Whether you scream 100 times, whether you say what, you don't know what you are talking about. You buy guns and rockets, then we are on the same page. Those who have given their blood have not given it in vain. those who have been locked up for years in small spaces were not locked up in vain. We must adopt extreme measures if we want to survive. All this talk around is noise making. We are not also going to become politicians hugging babies and kissing babies. No. There will be pain on our people. This pain is not as a result of our resistance. This pain is a consequence of the occupation. You listen to enemy propaganda that Ambazonian forces have done this, have done that. You don't ask yourself who burnt your villages, who massacre in 150 places, who has created hundreds of thousands of refugees and IDPs. It's not Ambazonian forces. So if you've been manipulated, being intoxicated on a daily basis to blame the defenders of your freedom because of their little mistakes, you are doing the begging for the enemy. This is not a war only for the Ambazonian forces. It's a war for the 8 million Ambazonians. Everywhere you are, in church, in the high sea, on land, in your farm, you are a liberation fighter. To sit and be complaining left and complaining right as though somebody is working in your cocoa farm is a big mistake. These guys have done their utmost best. It's a collective endeavor. And so I conclude this morning statement by letting you people know the enemy will do everything possible to recruit our own to speak for them and create the sense of we are divided, we are confused. We aren't confused. They are confused. Whether they want provinces, they want region, special status, bilingualism commission, international negotiation, whatever they want, they don't know. We want them to get the hell out of our land. However we deal with our internal dynamics is a cup of tea. And so if you're listening to me, you don't have a rifle in your house, buy one. If you are listening to me, you haven't paid your tax, pay it for us to provide you a rifle. This is not only a war to liberate ourselves, it's a war for our own very survival.
Number two, you talk about power tussle. This is not about power tussle. Chris Anu is not looking forward to becoming the president of Ambazonia. But one thing I know, Mimi Mefo, is the CDC deal. Dr. Samuel Komesago cannot say it did not exist because I took it to him. I'm going to end it there.
The only answer I be Imberi.
I think say the only answer we have for Imbeli, whether the column say now Uban for Matthias Ngwa. I would tell you say you big and fat like idiotic. People the way they will take you, put you for this Ambazonian thing.
They will live to regret.
They will regret. Answer where I tell you. Now this video where Chris Anu, Ian Tato be released. Say you be fool. Imbeli you be fool. You be picking way. I be pick you for street. Wash and you clean. Give them for my in-law Matthias Ngwa. In Maritime. You walk on became waka the make noise.
Sat on the bed in a school.
You never ever sit down for classroom. You just walk out the comb and down. Anyhow. No say that God way you pray. No fi ever go above your roof. Or for doing anything.
Fumble up and down.
Say money will be given. Say me they buy weapon for fighting fight. Now take the money chop them. Then the worker the make noise the corporate money. You be on the cry sometimes say commando. Say they don't give you money, you take and go Nigeria, go chop them. Now things they don't turn around, you accuse me. You be fool.
as tall as an idiot.
You tall like idiot.
You
did make all the noise so because as you talk, I just don't quite feel say I not get mouth. Now because I not be fool like you. You did hear me? You should don't forget. They count money, give you.
Convert my dollars into
small money they give you. Where if you announce and we see if you just confused, you call big amount because you don't know how to convert money. You be fool.
And I thought
you don't craze. You be fool, you be crazy. Nothing that will worry you. If you be no say Mbandam Joseph na your senior brother, as you be Mogamo Pikin, if you live to give me respect, you know for the call me anyhow because of the thing they were around do for this struggle. Ademi so I know the insult person, I know if it curse person. Because if I open my mouth, I curse you. But Lord will follow you all your life. That house where you go sit down for day with your husband and me, I put you for day. Why you talk? You know if you ask yourself, say why your husband not the talk? If you say you be some powerful woman, the most powerful woman for the life, I will send you this video with the message. Make people a year for determine whether you be over some strong woman, plenty. Why be saying only your voice to come off from Mogamo? They say you be the most powerful Mogamo woman. You not get no sense. You get empty brains. You always talk your things before you think. If you open down your mouth again, I will respond to you.